Hi everyone, good afternoon. Yeah, just a quick reminder. Maybe we can turn our microphones and our video cams first. Later on, we'll ask you to have them open, but for now, we'll have to ask you to to turn off your camera. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you so much, Arya. And dear distinguished participants, good afternoon. and
Good afternoon, Gani.
welcome to the welcome to the blockchain technology trend. And today we have with us Paul Solomon, our speaker. So he will share his knowledge and experiences on technologies. So once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Abdul Ghani Rajput, and I am the moderator for this session. And in my support, we have with us Maria. She will support me throughout this session. So if you have any kind of
Hi,
question,
everyone.
any kind of concern, hi Maria, any concern, please feel free to use Teams features, raise hand features. We will allow you to ask any question. But at the end, we will have question and answer sessions. So at that time, you can ask as many as question as possible. And is that if you have questions during the presentation, please type your question in the chat box. Maria will support at the session. She will raise those questions to the speaker and will respond to you. So now moving forward. So once again, thank you for joining us. A very warm welcome to you. And hold a minute. I have to make you presenter. Just a minute, Paul. I hope now you are able to share your screen and share your mic. I hope now you are a presenter. Is it so? Turn on your microphone. Yeah. So finally, you are the presenter. Welcome to you, Paul. Thank you so much for joining this blockchain technology session. I would like to introduce our speaker experts. Mr. Paul has 13 years of expertise in the enterprise application in and is the first Microsoft MVP for business application in the Philippines. Paul served as a business and technology consultant for schools and companies in APEC. His current affiliation include founder, CEO, and CTO of Activi Collab Incorporation. He is the chair, CEO, and CTO and BYC Incorporation. He is the CTO of Raven Global Incorporation. He is digital transformation for San Pedro Poverty School. He is the board member, co-founder of Falcon Seventh Hand Incorporation. He is the board member, co-founder, chief futuristic of Lika Creatives Incorporation. Also the commissioner for BizDev and LOM JCI Manila. He is also a co-founder for ASEAN Power Platform and Dynamics 365 User Group. And finally, he is the founder of BizApp Philippines. So a very warm welcome to you, Paul. So much, and over to you. Please turn on your microphone.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, thank you, Abdul, for that wonderful introduction. Yeah. Sure. So can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah,
Am I like
and hear.
Yes, Crystal.
all right? Let me share my screen now. All right. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Okay. There, can you see my screen?
Yes, go
Yes,
ahead.
we can see it. We can see it.
All right, all right, all right. So yeah, so thank you guys for like attending this session. Am I okay to start, Abdul? And
Sure, sure. Go ahead, Paul. You can
all
start.
right,
Yes.
thank you, thank you. Yeah. So again, I'm Paul Soliman. I'm a Microsoft MVP for Business Application and the CEO and founder of Hacktiv Collab. I'm also the chairman and CTO of Bayani Chain, which owns and develop Likha NFT marketplace. So today I'm going to be discussing blockchain in Web3. So we just launched our marketplace, NFT marketplace called Likha. I can like just tour you later there, but I want to focus now in this, in this agenda. So of course, I'm gonna be teaching you about the blockchain basics. Of course, what are the use case, which is crypto and NFT. I'm gonna give a 101 for that. And of course, how are we adapting globally for blockchain, NFT, and crypto, PH adoption, and of course, how Microsoft can help you to architect and to create dApps or decentralized application inside blockchain. So just to for you to understand how it will work. So Bayani Chain and Lekha is created on top of Microsoft Azure in terms of building our own decentralized application. And I'm gonna show you an architecture of how we do it. But let's do first the basic, then I'll go to the more technical in a way discussion about it. And I encourage you to like really ask question because this is a um new technology in a way, but this is old, but in a way other people still doesn't appreciate what really blockchain is all about. So I'm gonna give you like a super basic and quick background about it. So I've been doing blockchain since I think that was around 2016. So I'm into enterprise blockchain, doing Hyperledger and some projects with Microsoft as well. So we've been testing that since when Ethereum at least in 2015 releases smart contracts. Then the real use case of blockchain in terms of like creating NFTs and other contract that can be immortalized are really in a way possible already when Ethereum was launched. And of course Bitcoin in a way on Bitcoin's blockchain you cannot do anything there. You just need it's just an exchange of coin, peer to peer sorry, peer to peer exchanges, right? But in a way blockchain itself, it's not created for that alone. So that's what we're going to be focusing at this moment. All right. So I think you're curious about what is really Web 3.0, right? So when we like dig deeper, of course, blockchain is not the totality of Web 3.0, but blockchain powers the Web 3.0 or Web 3 as we call it, right? So in Web 1, read only, it's not decentralized. These are like informational website, like you cannot do anything, right? I mean, when I search or do with MSN, it's before, this is like the Microsoft network, right? If you go there you can just read news, etc., and it's really like read only. And Web 2.0 came along, and that was around, I think, not if I'm not mistaken, 2006. This social network became a boom, right? Now creator, content creator, etc., are now can now use the web for them to be able to share their content. And us as human being evolved in a way that we're super dependent now in our phones because of this messaging content. So everybody now around the world is connected because of, let's say, Messenger or Facebook or even Microsoft Teams, for example, right? So it's now but the problem, it's still decentralized, meaning we don't own our data. So that's why there are problems like data privacy. And I think around 6 years, 7 years ago, we encountered a lot of problem in terms of data privacy. That's why there are laws already, like our DPA, Data Privacy Act of 2012, which really governing the data privacy for private companies, right? That they cannot share our data without our consent, etc. But this is the problem in Web 2.0, because Facebook owns our data, and then at the end of the day, they can just use that. I mean, if you watch like the next Netflix documentary about the Great Hack, you see there that how this social network really, like not giving us the full control about our access. Now came Web3, which is super decentralized, meaning it's anon, it's anonymous, and it's being powered by blockchain for you to be able to, control your data, and no one can own that data except you sell, let's say, for example, an NFT, which is not really like, which is when you sell your NFT, of course, you're giving ownership to that particular person. But the trace of the data, who owns the NFT, is still coming from you because it's very transparent, because it's inside the blockchain. All right. So that's Web 3.0. So now it's decentralized. You can, like, use the Web3 wallet for you to be able to log in. So there's no more Facebook authentication, Google authentication, etc. The true Web3 essence is you can log in using a Web3 wallet that is anonymous, and of course, the data is yours. This company, even Ethereum, which is a foundation, doesn't own your data. Or even if you go to, let's say, BSC or Binance Smart Chain, it doesn't own your data because you have the full control and access to it. Okay, so this is like a history of, like, a bit history of the internet and Web 3.0. So in 1990, the dot-com boom were so gung-ho about, basic web page and HTML. So I remember I was, like, born in the 90s. Um, when it was 1999 to 2000, I was, like, 10 years old that time. I was born in 1990. So we used to, like, because I really love computers, so I used to, like, ask for my, teacher, right? To really teach me about HTML, because it's so fascinating that you can create this website, etc. And that's what happened, right, in the 90s. Then come, but Java and JavaScript, of course, the origin is of course, it's too old, right? It's not 2005, but in a way it's more, the usability of it become booming when, especially JavaScript, when, like, this specific web application already that you can buy, sell, everything in the internet is possible already because of these programming languages. And of course, enter the social media generated content. The Web 2.0 was born in terms of, like, mobile access. So everything now is mobile, right? It fuels the economy. When pandemic happened, it fuels the economy, the Web 2.0. So right now you can just, share your content if you have a phone, and I'm calling that symbiosis. So the you know the notable things that happen when we, like, transition to Web 2.0 is you can already have everything in your phone, not even social media, even my Outlook, etc., my email, etc., it's there already. Now the acceleration in terms of human evolution is, we thought of, like, because I cannot live anymore. All right, I cannot live anymore from my house without even having my phone. It's an evidence that our phone is symbiosis to us already, and there are predictions that, man and machine symbiosis will come, especially when singularity happened. And it's happening already, because you cannot really go out without your phone, because you cannot only do calls and text now, but everything is there, like your work, like my pictures, like the important things that I need, my documents, etc., my bot my assistant like Cortana, etc., are there already. So in a way, it's super accelerated our evolution as human. And then of course, present, like, everything now is can be via mobile, like your wallet, like Gcash, for example, and this, application or fintech application that you can use for you to be able to, like, to really have this end-to-end transaction with a store without using your credit card, or without using your fiat or your cash. So you can already, like, transact via mobile using QR codes, etc. And of course, monetization, etc. Now, here comes Web 3.0, which technically you can already own your data, and, my digital asset can be bought already. Meaning, when I say digital asset, these are NFTs, these are cryptocurrency, these are metaverses, asset, etc., that that play to earn, etc., that many Web 3.0 company is giving to us. So that's our own asset already because it's in the blockchain and it's permissionless, right? Then of course, it will evolve. In fact, Microsoft in the industry are really good in terms of adding more democratization to the AI because and because I mean we discussed about Power Platform with our two sessions, like with Rizal session, I think, and my session in Dynamics 365. Like you can already create an application with an AI without even writing a single line of code and connect that to blockchain. So now it's being democratized, all of the technology. And I remember someone asked me a question about how to start learning or what is the importance of learning the new technology because it's scary to jump in. So my advice there, of course, is you really need to study new technology because at the end of the day, it's inevitable and technology is a one-way street. There's no backward evolution, right? It's always forward. So, like, when you see this brief history, you have an idea already of like what's gonna happen in the near future. And if you don't learn about technology, you don't need to be, you don't need to be a programmer or to be a developer to act upon these changes of technology or this evolution. You need to really be like, in a way, be open-minded and have a growth mindset for you to study new technology. All right, because it's gonna be like evolving and evolving, and because of AI, it will accelerate 1,000 times faster, and there's no brake to it, right? It's a full throttle. Like if you have a car, parang nakakotse, di ba? If you go to your full throttle, super super bilis nung takbo ng kotse mo, and at the end of the day, you cannot really press your brake anymore because AI will really change the landscape of technology, especially blockchain will take a big part of that because we own now. Now we have an ability to own our own data. Let's say your phone number, you need to own that, and it cannot be deassociated to you. All right, you have now your own full identity in the internet, which is being run by the blockchain. Okay. All right, so data ownership, Web 1.0, as I mentioned, Web 2.0, Web 1.0 is read, Web 2.0 is read, write, and now Web 3.0 is read, write, and own it, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Like, you own your data already. Whatever is that, NFT, cryptos, or digital asset, even house contract, title, land titles, diploma, etc., can be inside the Web 3 already. All right, let's go to blockchain. So of course, without really like talking about the blockchain, you cannot really explore Web3 or NFT or crypto. So it always starts with the blockchain, right? So how blockchain works? I think some of you already have a personal idea about blockchain or you did your own research. All right. So a blockchain is of course for me. I mean, if I'm gonna like have an analogy, it's as simple as your database. Okay. So meaning if you hear about SQL, if you hear about MySQL, etc., or if you hear about Excel, for example, so blockchain is like that. It's a database. All right, it's a computing evolution, but I can really like use the analogy of database how blockchain works. But a database, of course, can do read, write, fetch, delete, edit, etc. And at the end of the day, it's centralized. Like someone is managing your SQL server, for example. But in the blockchain, um, there are blocks. All right. When you write something there, all right, it's driven by a contract. When you write something there, it's gonna be, writing to all the blocks. All right, and it's decentralized in a way that no one controls it. So if someone hacked the first block, he needs to hack all the blocks. All right. When we say blocks, these are the like transaction, all right, that you write in a specific block. That's why it's a blockchain, right? And it's peer-to-peer that it's even like the first computer will connect to the second computer to the third computer without someone is doing it for them, meaning there's no middleman, right? So if you have 10 blocks, that's peer-to-peer transaction, it goes from 1 to 10, all right? And what happened there, it's being immutable because if you need to edit something on the first block, you need to edit all 10, right? And the in terms of smart contract, if you need to amend the smart contract, you need to amend and validate all that, all that computer in a way that has that smart contract of yours. So in a way, that's why they're saying that this is immutable, because you cannot really change one aspect of this. You need to change everything if you want to, like, to change a contract or to change a block. So that's how blockchain work. It's really like a database, but now these are like, ledger. We have the ledger now. If you're familiar with accounting, if there is a debit, there is a credit. If there is a credit, there is a debit. So at the end of the day, you cannot really like write a single, right? A single transaction, but you need to write a single and a multiple transaction for you to be able to like satisfy all the blocks inside the blockchain network. Okay. So, and another, like, analogy is like, this is the traditional way of doing transaction, let's say in money. So a centralized institution message and oversees asset transfer, meaning, let's say for example, Visa or Mastercard. So all of the transaction for the Visa and Mastercard are being governed by Visa and Mastercard, right? So meaning, if you use a credit card, etc., you technically, there's a percentage that you pay for Visa and Mastercard for them to be able to maintain their server, and they control it, right? Even in the bank, it's happening. In the Web 3.0, it's a peer-to-peer transfer. No one is the centralized authority. No one is controlling that. There's no centralized authority overlooking for the transaction. So if I send one Bitcoin to you, because of the blockchain, you will receive it, all right, in your wallet, and there's no one controls it. There's no central bank controls it. So that's like the differentiation between the decentralized versus the centralized system, the traditional versus the Web 3.0. Then, of course, it will require approval between the network of participants, which who we call the validators or the miners, right? So at the end of the day, those are the people who validates the transaction if this is valid or not. Okay. So again, as I mentioned, centralization and decentralization. The centralization, concentration of control of an activity or organization, and under one single authority, all right, someone is controlling it. But decentralization, the dispersion or distribution of function and powers, right, of anyone, all right, that wants to join the validators, all right, the consensus that we call it. We have the proof of work and POS, proof of stake. We're not going to discuss that because that's another topic, and you can just in a way ask me question later. But the reason why there is a governance, even though there's no central control, because of this consensus, all right, the POS or the POW, or there are many consensus in the blockchain already that governs a specific transaction or a specific flow or life cycle of the blockchain. And now we're good about blockchain. Let's go to cryptocurrency. All right. So crypto means cryptographic, from the word from the root word of it, like crypto. It's cryptographic. This is hidden, right? Cryptographic doesn't mean cryptocurrency. All right. That's not. When we say cryptographic, it's mean being encrypted, being hidden. And currency, of course, we know that that's the money. That's the system of money that we use, like the fiat currency. A dollar is a currency, a peso is a currency. So when you combine crypto and currency, it became a encrypted money, right? So meaning, if I send you my cryptocurrency, let's say 1 Ethereum, that specific transaction is of course encrypted, right? Me and you are the only one who knows that I've sent you crypto, but it's in a way it's transparent, because the blockchain, all right, is transparent. It's created to be transparent, meaning if I've sent you 5,000, then you can see my wallet address has been sending this particular wallet to this particular wallet address. For example, I'm person A, I've sent you a cryptocurrency, so technically that will go to my blockchain, and that specific transaction will go to your wallet. All right. So in transparency, people can see that this wallet was sending this particular one Ethereum to this particular wallet, right? But the cryptographic of that is if you go there and you look the smart contract, it's very hidden, meaning you need to like decompile it for you to understand what the transaction is all about, something like that. So benefit. So of course, it will increase transparency. It's accurate tracking. It will never be wrong because it's inside the blockchain. It's smart contract. You cannot really edit it. All right, when you do your transactions already, it's a permanent ledger. It's immortalized. No one can really like delete it or something, right? And it cost reduction because no one, of course, we know about the gas fee and all of this. You can have another topic for that, but there are like other layer two solution blockchain, which the layer one is the Ethereum, but because they want to solve the gas fee of Ethereum, and not only that, also the scale or the speed. So they're putting some layer two solution, which like for example, Polygon, right? So that, of course, there are unknowns, like it's very complex technology still, and regulatory implication are still being crafted. There's no one, it's not one size fits all in every country. There are some country that they don't tax Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. In some countries, yes. I think in the Philippines, we're going to be like hearing about that, right? Like taxing cryptocurrency, right? And also there are some, because it's evolving technology, there will be changes in implementation, and of course, there's a lot of platforms that are being competing now. That are competing now, especially in terms of like choosing the right blockchain where you want to put your application or to put your money or your cryptocurrency. Okay. So this is like the fiat money, this as like the dollars, peso, and yen. Digital currency, you have the Gcash and the Paymaya, and crypto, it can be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana. So in this representation, the real internet money is still cryptocurrency, because digital currency, it's not really a real money because it doesn't equal to the fiat. No, it's really fiat just converting to digital. And cryptocurrency, it has its own economy, or we call it tokenomics, for it to be able to run through your blockchain. All right. All right. So different types and use cases. So of course, payment currencies used to pay goods or something. So let me just put a disclaimer. This is not a financial advice, as this crypto influencer and blockchain enthusiasts are always saying. This is not a financial advice. I'm just here to like in a way educate or show you what's happening on this space, right? So Bitcoin is now being used to pay for goods, services, and bills, and also being used for like some other like exchanges or trading, right? Trading like in Binance, in PDAX, etc. These are like the changes, and it's all powered by blockchain, right? So the blockchain economies allows you to create your own asset on their platform. Let's say Ethereum, you can create your own, even your own type of contract. Currently, we have ERC-721, which is for NFTs, and ERC-20, which is for the currency or cryptocurrency or the token. Okay, then we have privacy coins, like digital asset created with a focus of privacy, which is Monero. Monero has also their own blockchain, but they large on protecting this super private coin, and they're saying that no one can really decrypt it. All right, even the government of the U.S. are saying that they cannot really decrypt Monero. And there's a lot of hackathon that's been done already, but Monero is still cannot be decrypted. Okay, so we have the stable coin, which is a stable coin is like it follows a specific currency price. Let's say, for example, USDC or Tether is following what is currently the value of US dollar, right? Let's say, for example, the conversion is 51 over a peso. So the stable coin follows that. But there's a lot of stable coin now, and we know for a fact what happened to Luna, which the Terra stablecoin or the UST stablecoin crash, because it's an algorithmic based stablecoin, which is we just learned that it's not good, right? So again, it's still unknown. It's still hard to to put everything here in a stablecoin. But of course, we see that this fiat-backed stablecoin or gold reserve-backed stablecoin are still, stable in a way that it doesn't, like, really, the price is not really going down or, like, super going up. It's not volatile, right? This are like USDC, and I think Philippines is creating another a stable coin for us, like central bank currency something. So yeah, so that's stable coin. Next is, of course, utility coin. Can be Hedera. It's used for a blockchain-based product or service, meaning, say, for example, in the CAP, we created our NFT marketplace, which is on top of the blockchain. Then we will launch our coin called LKH, and then from there, you can already buy NFTs using this utility coin, right? Security coin is used for crowdfunding. Let's say, for example, I'm creating a startup company and I want to, people to fund it. So I can release security coins. And there's a lot of, debate about this and also regulation that is really gray area, but it's present now. You can really do fundraising using your blockchain in terms of cryptocurrency. So this is like summarize of this, the one that I talk about. So there are exchanges, tokens, etc. There are NFTs, etc., and digital currency. Right. So that's cryptocurrency, and of course, it has a big, contribution or role in terms of the blockchain technology itself, because you cannot transact into a public blockchain without having a cryptocurrency, because you pay them via cryptocurrency. If you want to do a smart contract with Ethereum, you need to pay gas fee in the blockchain for it to be able to function, and of course to pay the miners in the POW or proof of work consensus. Now let's go to NFT. So I think people are super excited about NFT, since you've been hearing this for that there are people that are rich already because of like Bored Ape Yacht Club or etc. or Axie is a play to earn NFT game. All right. So non-fungible token is, of course, a token like cryptocurrency. It's a token, and the contract is ERC721. All right, that's the origin of it, and it represents ownership of a unique item, meaning there's no secondary item. Meaning, if I own an NFT that's single and unique, and I dictate the own value of that particular NFT. Okay. So fungible means replaceable. Non-fungible means unique. So meaning a cryptocurrency is fungible, right? Meaning whatever value I have, like if you and me have 2 Bitcoins, so technically we have the same value of Bitcoin. In NFT, if I have my, let's say, board a yacht club number 1, and you have the Board Ape Yacht Club number 2, those are different in a way that that's two, that those are different, NFTs, and you can price yours like it's $20 million, and I can price mine as $1 million. So technically, it has a unique value and metadata. Okay, so why are NFTs irrelevant? So technically, this is Mona Lisa, and I don't know if you can tell the difference, right? So these are two Mona Lisa's painting, and I don't know if this is like a picture or a digital copy or whatever, right? So one is copy in Lazada, and the others is in the museum, right? So technically, at the end of the day, you don't know what is the true Mona Lisa. I don't know if, of course, there is a true Mona Lisa painting, but I mean, you can just search it from a search engine and you will know. But there's a lot of replicated and copy of this. All right. Now, NFT in like in general are, if this is my NFT, of course I save that to blockchain using the word minting or the activity or function minting. It will go to the blockchain. It's of course it will have its own contract and it will be immortalized. So in a way, if you want to see the real copy of this, then the board ape, then you can already like just go to the contract and you will see that this is the real copy of the board ape. But can I just right click and save it? Yes. But if you right click and save it, at the end of the day, there's no specific ownership on that because it doesn't have the metadata and the contract layer and the value of this particular, block NFT. So at the end of the day, I can validate that if you're lying, right? If you're like if you just copy paste it and display it to your wall, right? But if you go to to the blockchain, let's say Ethereum, and want to validate my ERC-721 contract that has this picture or this JPEG or this image, you will see that I'm the owner of that particular NFT and it's on the blockchain. Okay. All right. Like I mentioned, this is like recorded in the blockchain. This is not, right? So the one stored in the blockchain is worth 50 million. The other being is unsellable. It's worthless. That's why I'm mentioning that you can really validate that this is the true Bored Ape Yacht Club because this one has a specific transaction in the blockchain and the information is there. Even if you right click this, what? You will send it via email or something? No. So technically, before you can buy an NFT, you need, for example, to have a contract command or even going to a secondary marketplace like OpenSea and in a way that can now activate the selling part of the NFT and you will see that this is really the board ape that I'm buying. Of course, that can be replicated in a way that they can just replicate it and upload it again or mint it again in the blockchain. But of course, that's easy. That's can be easily tagged as fake because technically there is only one copy of this in the blockchain and you can see that contract, right? Right. There are different use cases of NFT. Of course today we have the PFPs or profile picture, and you can see all the NFTs there. You can see there the it's not only Bored Ape, but we have Cyberkongs, we have Cyberpunks, etc. So technically these are like the NFTs that this people, including me, are changing our profile pic into NFTs, right? So we have play to earn NFTs, which are like Axie, right? So every Axie are unique, right? So you can use that in a game and you can earn to this via a yield reward from a specific token that is attached to a particular NFT. And it can be converted into fiat as well. And then we have utility-based NFT like NFT tickets, NFT restaurant passes, etc. And this one has a loyalty card, but this one is good because it's immortalizing a particular use case or utility of a particular NFT. And we have collectibles like Top Shots, etc. And of course, Metaverse NFT. So meaning this particular character, I own this because I have the copy of that NFT, or I have, sorry, not copy, I have the ownership of that NFTs, and I can play these NFTs to, let's say, a sandbox, right? Or the sandbox, which is a metaverse. Okay. And you cannot just play there without even really having your own NFT. Right? Then there are social good, like we recently launched our NFT for Save Our Shark, meaning saving our Philippine shark. So when you buy this NFT, the proceed will go to the Philippine Shark Society, something like that. So there's a lot of social good NFTs now in the market. All right, and you can also do this by because every document should be unique, like your diploma, your transcript of record. So technically, you can diploma can be an NFT, right? So it will be immortalized and it will not be duplicated or copied or imitated. All right. So global landscape. So there are over 300 billion crypto users worldwide. As of 2021, we estimated global crypto ownership rates an average of 3.9% with over 300 million crypto users worldwide. So technically, these are all, of course, powered by blockchain, which is the topic, right? So, I mean, this is very huge number, given that, when pandemic happened, there's a lot of exchanges that's happening all over the world, and 300 million crypto users is very staggering, meaning it's great, it's good to see that as human being we're evolving. I'm not encouraging you to go here. As I mentioned, this is not a financial advice, still you do your own research, but this is an evidence that the blockchain technology, especially the use case of crypto, is now super accepted all over the world. All right, so Bitcoin reached an annual growth of 274,000 274% in 2020, and the cryptocurrency market is predicted to grow with a compound annual growth rate of 56. Wow, that's super impressive number. Imagine how people are adapting already in like Bitcoin especially, but in the altcoins, which is cryptocurrency. Like, so Bitcoin is of course the mother currency. We have what we call the altcoins, which is alternative coins. These are Ethereum, Solana, B2, BNB, Luna, etc. So those are altcoins. And Bitcoin alone, like, there are there's so much, growth rate for this particular, crypto. As at its peak, NFT weekly trading volume is 1.7 billion at the moment, and the weekly trading volume is approximately 40 million. But you will ask me, Paul, di ba bear market ngayon? Yes, bear market, but there are still people who's trading NFTs and also cryptocurrency. Okay. So there's are the notable brands accepting crypto payment already. So there are like, Namecheap, which is like a domain services, and Microsoft, of course, is there, and of course Starbucks, etc. So meaning it's all the cryptocurrency in a way is acceptable to these companies for them to be able to receive a specific payment. In fact, PayPal is already like working to an end-to-end cryptocurrency exchange as well. All right, so these are the global industry adoptions. Up to 40% of customer paying with crypto are new to the merchant. Number of transactions paid with crypto on e-commerce sites is grows by 12.5% every year, and merchant who accept crypto payments saw an average ROI of 327% because, of course, of the volatility of that. But again, as I mentioned, there are stable coin that can be used as well, but it's still a new technology. Blockchain is still evolving, and we can see a lot of more use cases and changes, right? Even in terms of numbers and figures. Remittances, of course, we know this. Like, people are sending Bitcoin or Ethereum or even other cryptocurrency for them to be able to remit money, like from especially for our OFW, and remittances are still cheaper, no? So yeah, it's 388 times faster and 127 times cheaper because there's no middleman controlling it. Okay, so of course, gaming is there. Like, Philippines is, I think, we're number one in terms of MetaMask users around the world. That's because of Axie, and the Axie, and the gaming industry itself is growing because of the blockchain usage, right? Like P2Es, etc. All right. Then Philippine, as I mentioned, it's estimated that over 0.3 million or 3.9% of Philippine total population currently own cryptocurrency. And I don't know why they're saying that we are a poor country, but at the end of the day, we're really like, into new things, into digital, right? So how common is crypto? In Philippines, it's 20% common nowadays, right? Philippines is notably the third fastest adopter of cryptocurrency globally. Okay. And between 2019 and 2020, the value of cryptocurrency transactions jumped 410% to reach 76 billion peso, while volume rose to 36% to 7.2 million. Okay, back in 2021, PSE CEO and President Ramon Monson stated that cryptocurrencies an asset class that we cannot ignore anymore. So this is an evidence that the blockchain technology, it's accepted already, and cryptocurrency, especially for that specific use case, are being accepted even by institutions. Okay, PH government has been supportive of crypto adoption. In fact, I think they're going to be launching the central bank currency, right? A stable coin for the Philippine government. All right. And on the list of nations with the highest NFT adoption rate, the Philippines ranked first. At least one NFT is owned by 32% of the population. According to Mashable, Filipinos are some of the biggest adopters when it comes to NFTs. All right. And of course, Axie Infinity plays a major role for the adoption of NFT and crypto in the Philippines. Okay, so Bitcoin peer-to-peer trading activity in the Philippines reached record highs in 2020 with volumes exceeding 1 million USD and constantly holding above 500,000 USD since early May. So, I mean, even the trading part, Philippines is super involved in this particular, activity in the blockchain or in the crypto. Adoption in traditional scene. So local brands are accepting SLP, which is like the utility token of Axie. So marami na mga like Filipino brands that are accepting it. In fact, one of our business partners, Nexperience Group, are accepting SLP for like, if you want to go to Desert Museum or Inflatable Island. Okay. These are like, brand integration, tickets, etc. are being accepted already in the Philippines. Yeah, and this is like, I think this is going to be my last slide. So the outlook of state of the Web3 in the Philippines. So the Philippines has also exhibited increasing optimism about crypto, and BSP data shows that the volume of cryptocurrency grew 362% year on year to nearly 20 million in the first half of 2021. So meaning Philippines in terms of like, our adoption in crypto, blockchain and NFT is very fast. And we think that this is going to be our time for us to be able to recognize around the world, of course, as a builder and creator in this space and to adapt to a specific, to a new technology. Right? Let me skip this one. So now you're going to ask, is it too late? Right? So as you can see, in terms of crypto, there's still there is like 1.19 trillion um, in terms of the global market, right? Or the cap, right? Stocks is 86.17 trillion and real estate is 326.5 trillion. Meaning, so there's still a lot of improvement, especially for crypto and of course usage in the blockchain. Right? So what do we see in the Philippines? So more blockchain use cases and adoption in 2022 to 2025 in PH, increase in government-backed crypto-driven projects like the central bank, builders and creators and enthusiasts will continue to explore other use cases of NFTs, and real estate will be a good avenue to explore in terms of infusing Web3 use cases. Okay, so what do we need to watch out for? Of course, stable coins are not stable anymore. We saw that what happened with Luna, and we need to learn about. So we need to really do our own research and before we invest, right? And free to mint NFTs are rising as well. And of course, it's hard to predict when is going to be the next bull run. Instead of waiting, do your own research about other altcoins. Okay. And now, how Microsoft can help you to start with your, let's say you have a plan to create your own decentralized application like this exchanges, this marketplace or other use cases of a blockchain application. So in Microsoft Azure, there are like we call the PaaS or platform as a service, which I call the microservice. Right. The good thing about microservice is it's super API driven, and you can directly connect to a blockchain like Polygon to really like start writing and developing smart contract which is driven by Solidity. And Microsoft Function app has a support already to this blockchain application in terms of API for you to be able to create your own application, of course ready, without writing from scratch, right? So in a way, there are Microsoft supported already Solidity and other smart contract development languages for you to be able to like to really like create your application on a blockchain, right? Yeah, so I think that's the end of my presentation, and if you have question, I would really love to hear it. Thank you.
Hi, Gani. Yeah, okay. I think maybe we can start reading some questions in the comment. I mean the chat box. Um, yeah, I think um, I'm not sure what happened to Gani, but let me just take over for a sec. So okay, hi sir. Why is this the first one I saw? How about free NFT giveaways? Why did I chance upon this question first, Sir Paul? Sorry.
I
Okay.
I think this is a block. Sorry, this is not an NFT event. This is like a blockchain. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, like with Lika, we always announce. You can just go to our Discord. We always announce if you have a free mint NFTs there. Don't worry.
Wow. Wow. See?
I'll post our Discord channel later on after this talk.
I can really say, Sir Paul, that I mean, I can really say that there's really a lot of us who's interested in this particular track. Okay, so maybe we can check another question. How to start investing in crypto or NFTs, and is crypto a good long-term investment rather than stock? I
Again,
think
this is, as
they
I
think you're a
always say, this
financial
is,
advisor.
yeah, this is not a financial advice. This is, in fact, a technology discussion. But yeah. So, all right. So, like any other investment or financial instrument, right? There are still no guarantee that you will earn profit from it unless you're really super expert about trading, right? Or even like flipping or even holding it in the long term. However, there are use cases or evidences already that, let's say, a specific crypto just was just specific NFTs was just minted for let's say 25,000 peso. Now the value is 1 million, like in just 1 year, right? But at the end of the day, as I mentioned, crypto is still NFT, especially blockchain, is still a long way to go in terms of the evolution and the development, right? So I cannot compare that to our traditional or institutional instrument like stocks or bonds or real estate, right? So I mean, if you want to be safe, there that's still right the good way of investing. And in fact, I think the rule for investment. I'm not a financial guy here, but of course, while studying this one, I really learned about it that in investment you need to really you might want to invest what you can lose, right? If you can lose 10% of your income, why not, right? At the end of the day, crypto is volatile. It can be high risk. It's a high risk but high reward kind of like instrument, right? But at the end of the day, it's still not, I can't still advise you to to really like invest the all of your incomes and savings there, right?
Yeah, and maybe like just what some other vloggers are saying, you can diversify if you want. Okay. Um okay. I hope we're not really becoming a financial advisor here because most of the questions are okay. Maybe we can look at the other questions. Hi, sir. How about and no? Okay. What is airdrop in NFT?
Sorry.
Airdrop? Oh, what is airdrop in NFT?
Okay, airdrop is like, for example, we have a project and you give us your wallet, and I will airdrop you an NFT or even like a whitelist token, etc. So if you're familiar with Apple airdrop, right? It's something like that. Like just give us your, like, let's say for example, MetaMask wallet address, then someone will airdrop you an NFT. When you check your wallet, you have an NFT already there. So that's an airdrop.
Oh, okay.
But those are like initiative for like some crypto projects, NFT projects. I mean.
Okay, so let's see. Let's look for another question. Um, how to start investing in crypto or NFTs? And is oh, okay, sorry. I think it's the same. Okay, if you're holding crypto or bought crypto and NFT, is it required to pay taxes or does it only applies to the ones who do trades?
Taxes is very, it's a very sensitive, and I think I cannot really like have a full comment on that, because at the end of the day there are still no rules, right? And in fact, if you will see the news, I think DOF, or Department of Finance, just like this year is I think they're recommending it to the next administration to tax cryptocurrency already. But at the end of the day, I mean, the common tax naman, let's say for example, of course, when I trade and I convert that into fiat money, I think that's subject to tax already. It's no brainer, right? Because I earned it, right? So every earn or every income, of course, needs to have an equivalent taxation for that.
Okay. Let's see. What else? What is your insight for the future Luna? Because I'm a Luna holder. Well,
Yeah.
Luna, okay. So is this still within the scope of your
Yeah, it's
uh,
okay. Well,
okay.
I'm also well, technically, to be honest, guys, you don't want to gamble or I mean, like what we're always joking. If you want high reward, why not just go to casino or something? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, whatever is happening to you to Luna right now, I cannot really fully comment on that. But if you go to their Twitter pages, there's a lot of like recovery program that they want to do, especially the CEO, right, of Terra. And at the end of the day, I don't know, but um, maybe yes, they have a program about that, but I cannot really comment that it will grow 100% in the next 2 weeks. But don't worry, I'm also a holder.
Okay, maybe our moderator has something to share. Gani, are you also a crypto enthusiast?
Yeah, I also like the topic, especially the blockchain technologies. And nowadays, very much interested, especially students and all, age group people. They want to invest in the cryptocurrency, and they want to invest in such kind of, financial activities by using blockchain technologies. But I also noticed that, like if you go to the UK, there are some firms, they are offering services as a moderator. There are some borrower, some lender, and one intermediary organization is there supporting two clients and making arrangement by using blockchain technology. So it's a new topic, as I agreed with Paul, and it's going to be more popular, and there are more opportunities in this area. So we have to build our skills and competencies in this topic. Definitely will be helpful for the personal benefits, as well as the society.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I can read more questions. So it's says here, legit po ba ang Pi network? Pi coin? Have you heard of that, Sir Paul?
Uh,
Pi.
Sorry, those like question, no, I cannot really answer that if legit
Okay,
or not. But we can, as I mentioned, do your own research. Kasi I'm not into a position, no, to really know about everything. That's, I mean, guys, we need to check that every minute, every hour, there are cryptocurrencies that are being created in the
created.
blockchain. So I cannot really answer those kind of questions. Sorry.
That's okay. I think this is a better one. Where to start to get into blockchain technology or blockchain tech, especially when you're new to this?
Yeah. All right. So I have a blog in terms of like where to start in terms of Web3. You can follow me in LinkedIn. So I have the roadmap there how to start from like one to uh like especially learning about the history of the internet, etc., something like that. But to answer your question quickly, of course, learn about the technology about blockchain, right? I mean, just focus on that principle first. I think my last session, I also advised this. If you want to learn anything about technology or not even technology, you should use the principle first technique to really, learning about the fundamentals. Basic and fundamentals are two different, those are two different school of thought. So, meaning fundamentals are more foundational, where the block who like, were um, who created blockchain, etc. Like this super fundamental knowledge, and about And now you go to the basic, which are how to transact and how to create smart contracts, etc. So and what is crypto and NFT. So those are like, basic in terms of diving into blockchain technology. But yes, first study the principle, which are the fundamentals. You go to the basic, then try to create an application or something like that. Microsoft supports that as well. So you can, like, in a way, you can really understand and test if blockchain is a fit for your business or application.
Okay, another one, sir. How can we apply blockchain in web development?
In web development. Okay. So technically, Web 2.0, as I mentioned, para madali lang ma-identify, if you don't use blockchain in your web application now, of course, that's Web 2. And if you use blockchain, which is decentralized, that's Web 3. Now, it's the same. Actually, I'm encouraging developers to learn Web 2 first before jumping into Web 3, because it's hard for you to be able to grasp. Actually, what you need to understand in Web3 is just solidity and how blockchain works, right? How to create smart contract, develop smart contract. But the way you develop your mobile application or web application, it's still the same. It's just adding a layer on what to write and how to write in the blockchain. So that's how you do it. Still do the Web 2 thing, like, JavaScript, doing NoSQL, SQL, etc. It still need to be done, but uh, transitioning to Web 3, you just need to learn how to, like, read and write in the blockchain, and study Solidity and Rust or other, smart contract development uh, framework or languages.
Okay. Gani, do you have one on your end? Are you, because my screen it's I don't know, it's not moving. Hang on.
Okay, you can. It's okay. You can continue with questions. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So how to start with blockchain development using Azure tools, Polygon.
Yeah, so in terms of Azure, I would advise that you need to learn about, let's say Azure Function App, or let's say Azure Web. And then there's a lot of, like, documentation in GitHub in terms of, like, how to connect this specific function app to, let's say, Polygon. But of course, it's not only limited to Azure. You still need to understand how to use Infura or Morales, etc. So there's a lot of tools to do. But if you want to start, meaning creating first the back end and the front end, there's a lot of, like, tools in Azure. You can just go there and study about, web app services, web static app, function app, no SQL, etc. And then go to, like, studying function app about how to connect that into a specific chain by using, let's say, Infura or other third-party application that will translate blockchain and get the blocks, etc., from blockchain, right? So yeah, study platform as a service, or PaaS specifically, because that's the in a way, if you want to optimize your architecture, you cannot just connect to the blockchain straight, right? And do your decentralized app. It's going to be slower. So that's why you need to study about the microservices on Azure.
Okay. This question, I'm not sure if but probably related, but what MS Azure license or services or packages do we need to subscribe to start a blockchain laboratory?
Yeah, as I mentioned, microservices is there. In fact, Azure has confidential computing that we call, but it's not public blockchain, it's private. But yeah, the normal way of, like, subscribing to, web app, web services, function app, etc. You can start already by doing that, and, reading documentation in GitHub about how to connect Azure to a specific blockchain layer or blockchain network like Polygon or Ethereum.
Okay. How about this question? What blockchain or crypto application slash technology being developed do you follow for developing countries?
For me, it's sorry, I'm still believer of Ethereum. That's why when we created our DApp or our NFT marketplace for Filipino Likha, we're using Polygon since Polygon is a layer two solution of Ethereum, and we want to go away with the gas fees of Ethereum. That's why we use a layer two solution. So yeah, I'm following Polygon. I think they have a lot of potential in terms of really building or amplifying or really in a way helping the layer one solution, the layer one, which is Ethereum, which is going to launch their, of course, 2.0, right? But it's going to be long migration, merging, etc. That's why we pick Polygon first. But yeah, I'm a follower of Ethereum and Polygon.
Mhm. So I think we still have a lot of time. Are you okay with more questions, Sir Paul?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay. What is the possible future of SLP this 2022 when V3 comes?
That I cannot. I'm not really an expert on Axie. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course my co-founders in my company, they're very into Axie, and we know YG. We like in event we usually bond with YGG, but I'm not really into Axie. Sorry, that I cannot answer.
Okay, that's okay. Here's another one. Did you get the Mobox NFT giveaway? I
I
don't know
think
what
I
that
don't.
means.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. Yeah. I did not participate, or I'm not following Mobox.
Okay. Um, okay, let me just skip Maricel's question for the slide presentation. I'll be able to address this a little later, Maricel. Uh-huh. NFT is not for everyone. Is it, I'm not sure if this is a question, but NFT is not for everyone. Question
Oh,
mark.
that I want to answer. All right,
Okay.
so yeah, so NFT I think will be, it's because currently it's being used for art, right? And P2 is play to earn or whatever, like sleep to earn, something like that. So the use case is for everyone, I think, because if you're a student, you can like put your diploma in the blockchain, which an NFT or ERC 721, right? So meaning at the end of the day, what we want to do is immortalize all digital asset, or physical, and converting your physical asset into digital and putting that into blockchain so it will be immortalized. So that's the first use case that you need to understand before, sorry, you need to understand. So we can say that, NFT is for everyone because it is, I believe. I mean, it's not about art, it's not about P2V, it's really about immortalizing your and owning your own digital asset. There's no technology in the world that can give you this kind of like security to your digital asset. It's really the blockchain, and because of NFT you can already do that.
Okay. So is there a job opening na po pa as a blockchain developer?
There's a lot. I mean, yeah, even us, like we're hiring a bunch of developers, and in fact, in Active, we're training people from Web 2 to Web 3. So yeah, madami. As in, there's a lot of projects that you can apply with, and it's easy to learn Solidity. I think if you're into JavaScript or Python, you can adjust already. And I'm telling you, it's every day. There's a lot of opportunity in the blockchain.
Okay, take note of that, King Albano. Yan. Okay, so another question, what people could work and pay the tax and amendments? I'm not sure how this
Yeah,
question is
I
related.
think get it. Yeah.
Maybe she rephrased the question somewhere here, but yeah, let's keep that for now. For someone new, what is the difference between cryptocurrency, blockchain, and NFT?
It's there are the differences, no, but it's in one thing. So blockchain is the technology, right? That fuels and powers crypto and NFT. So crypto is the currency that you use for you to be able to pay gas fee or utility or trade, etc. And NFT is non-fungible token, which is a unique way of storing metadata or picture or art or whatever inside the blockchain. But the layer is the technology layer. Without the blockchain, there's no crypto and there's no cryptocurrency and there's no NFT.
Okay. So here's another question from, okay, what happened? Just give me a sec, Sir Paul. Um, can you store NFT anywhere or do you need a digital wallet?
Yes, so you need number one, you need to understand what is a Web3 wallet, which is like a MetaMask or
Mhm.
Trust wallet. We have a local here, Pitaka. So we Pitaka.io, those are our friends. Yeah, you need those wallet for you to be able to store NFT because it's a metadata and that wallet's supposed to read the contract for that for your NFT, right? And you can or even just go to like let's say OpenSea or Likha, then create a MetaMask wallet for you to be able to browse your asset, your digital asset. But yes, you need a Web3 wallet for you to store it.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. How helpful when using Ledger in crypto and how it works, or maybe how does it works? What's this? Ledger
Yes.
in crypto. Yep.
So crypto blockchain is basically a ledger, right? An
Mm.
existing ledger. Do you mean like like a wallet, a cold wallet or a hot wallet? Sorry, I want to furthermore check that specific
Yeah,
question.
yeah, because it doesn't say if this is some type of wallet. But yeah. Anyway, is it feasible to implement government valid IDs using blockchain? Can you please give us more insight into this?
Yes, it's very, in a way, a good use case, no? Kasi if
Mhm.
we have our ID metadata like the numbers, ID numbers, our addresses, full name, etc. in the blockchain, I think it's gonna be more protected. And at the end of the day, the issuing party knows that this specific, let's say, contract or block number is ours talaga. And the
Mhm.
good thing about that is, it's going to be immortalized. No one can fake it. So yeah, that's a good use case for our, IDs. And you can really like, use that as an NFT. So para hindi siya nakukopya.
Okay. I think this question was already asked earlier with regards to SLP and V3 counts. Okay.
Miss
So what?
Ma'am Maria, sorry.
Yes.
I just have 2 minutes. I need to go in like, 2:15.
Oh, okay. Um, all right. Probably let's just get to two more questions to okay, and then all right. As a new technology for students and they are beginner in learning this aside from playing and investing in Axie, what is the recommendable programming language to learn for blockchain technology? Programming language.
Programming language recommendable. Yeah. So, well, technically, as I mentioned on your still on the Web 2 side, I mean JavaScript, let's say React JS or Python on the back end or in the middle. Um, of course, you need to learn about Solidity and use like Open Zeppelin for you to be able to get the libraries, etc. But yeah, Solidity because it's a contract development, you really need to, in a way, master that. There is a new one that called Rust, but I think Solidity is enough for you to learn being a Web3 developer or smart contract developer.
Okay, hope that answers the question. Last, I apologize for the rest of the questions, but okay, so this is going to be the last one. Are there institutions that regulate blockchain technology, like to check their legitimacy, credibility? That's the question.
Yeah, I think there are validators that really checking that. It's not institution. These are community-driven approach for them to be able to validate the transaction or even the contract that is so malicious, right? In
Mm.
terms of governing body, there's no, especially for like Bitcoin or Ethereum blockchain, it's really driven by community, and there are like some other blockchains that are governed by DAOs or decentralized autonomous organization which are
Yeah.
acting like the government of that particular blockchain, but it's still a community-driven governance.
Okay. So I guess that would be it on my end. Maybe Gani, there is something that you would want to add.
Yes, Sir Paul, have you finished your talk?
Sorry,
Do you want to still present some other topics, or that's it?
I think that's my time. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
fine
that's
with it.
so. I would like to share my screen. Just hold a minute. Lina, can you see my screen?
Yes, Gani, it's all good. We
All
can
right.
see it.
So, dear distinguished participants, thank you so much for joining this session, especially blockchain technology session. And we have with us Sir Paul. So, on behalf of DICT, CIBO, Microsoft Philippine, and Go Philippine, we take this opportunity to appreciate the time, Sir Paul, you have taken out for your busy schedule to be a speaker at the blockchain technology session in the Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. Your presence and insightful words aided in amplifying our cause in the greatest way imaginable. Our session was successful as we have noticed and we have witnessed that there are thousands of questions asked by the participants, which shows that they are really interested to learn more about the blockchain technology and in more depth. So once again, a very warm thankful to Sir Paul, as well as all the guests and participants who attended this session. So in order to recognize the services of Sir Paul, a certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Sir Paul Solomon for sharing his knowledge and experience as a resource speaker on blockchain technology in the second Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. So, sir, I must clap for you. Thank you so much for giving time and share your experience and knowledge with us.
Yeah,
That's a
sorry guys. I
small token of appreciation from our side. And lastly, I would like to thank all the participants. They generously listening you and get new knowledge related to the blockchain technologies, and they ask too many questions. So we really enjoy your session, your talk. Once again, thank you so much. Now the last announcement is that uh, we will have a plenary session exact 3 p.m. So please take a tea, get more energy, and be ready for the plenary session. It will start in the main team channels exactly at 3 p.m. Thank you so much. Salamat po.
Class
thank
picture.
you.
Our class
Yeah,
picture,
and
Gani,
Yeah,
before
yeah,
we let them go.
yeah. Sorry
please
guys,
turn
I
on your
wasn't able
camera.
to.
Please turn
Yeah,
on
I
your
wasn't
camera
able
so
to
that we can
answer
take
all of your
absolutely.
questions.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just follow me in my social media, or you can just Google me, Paul Saliman. Please, I'm gonna like be glad to reply to you in LinkedIn or in at any means. So I would like to answer your question, but for the sake of time, sorry.
You heard him, guys. Okay, you can ask your questions through his social media. So let's do this, Gani. Let's
Yes.
take the picture.
Yeah. Just a minute. All right, please, ladies and gentlemen, turn on your camera. I can see beautiful faces are there. So please smile. When I'll say 1, 2, 3, say cheese, then I'll take the picture. Okay. Be ready. 1, 2, 3, and cheese. Okay. So thank you so much once again, dear participants and the speaker, for joining this innovative session, okay, on blockchain technologies. So see you in at exactly 3 p.m. in the plenary session. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Take
Sir
care. Bye bye.
Paul. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gani.
Okay, Lina.
Once again, good afternoon to all our guests and participants here at the main plenary. I hope that more of you will be took the chance of catching up our education tracks this afternoon. So again, what you are seeing at your respective screens are the QR codes for the three education tracks that we have started at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you still want to catch a little bit more of the learning discussion, just scan the QR code, either the quantum computing, the power business intelligence, or the blockchain technology. So again, we are requesting our participants here at the main plenary to still catch up on the learning session this afternoon. Our education tracks are here posted in your screen. We have the quantum computing, the Power BI, and the blockchain technology. In case you have attended any of these education tracks and you were and suddenly you had a problem with the internet connection, all you have to do is to rescan again the QR code or click the meeting link for that particular topic that you would like to attend, and so that you can go back to the learning discussion. So once again, our afternoon class will be from it started at around 1 o'clock and it will end at 3 o'clock. But the program is not over yet. By 3 o'clock, you will be back here at the main plenary. We will have a learning discussion about future ready skills and career development. We will be having a presentation as well of the Career Center of Go Philippines. And we have our special guest who will be closing our program for the second Skilling Summit 2022. So once again, to our participants who are still here, you may still want to catch up on the remaining 30 minutes of the learning program for this education tracks on quantum computing, power business intelligence, or the blockchain technology. You still have about 30 minutes. So I think you will still catch up on the learning program from our guest speakers. We have Mr. Argelo Royce Bautista for the power business intelligence. Then we have Mr. Taka Wiharatne for quantum computing. Then for blockchain technology, we have Mr. Paul Soliman. All right. So we have here still participants, the main plenary. We encourage you to move on the education track. And once again, after the second Philippine Skilling Summit, you will be receiving an email that is a feedback form or the feedback forms for the education tracks you have attended. All you have to do is to fill out and submit the submit the feedback form for the education tracks you have attended for you to receive the certificate of participation. And to those of you who were asking about the recording of the education tracks you have attended, so we will be providing a notification for that. So please be noted that all recordings will be available once we compile all the recordings to Go Philippines platform. Once all the recordings are compiled and added to Go PH platform, the participants will be notified that recordings are now ready for access. So once again, the recordings for each education track will be compiled and will be recorded through GoPH platform. And once we have compiled and added it to the platform, the participants will be notified that the recordings are now ready for access. Okay, so that's our announcement. That we have announced this several times, but we would like to remind those who were asking at our chat boxes and also asking at the meeting links of the education tracks they are attending. This is now a clarification or this is a confirmation about your question that the recordings will be available. So once again, all the recordings of each education track will be available once we have compiled all the recordings to Go Philippines platform. Again, once all the recordings are being compiled and added to the platform of Go Philippines, the participants will be receiving a notification that recordings are ready for access. And to those of you who were asking about the QR code having some errors, so again, the QR codes we have provided and the meeting links we have sent to the published announcement are perfectly working. All right, it is perfectly working. Actually, our moderators, the speaker, and also hundreds of students have participated here since 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we hope that you can still catch up for the remaining 30 minutes of the learning discussion. And again, we encourage our participants to stay and actively engage in the meeting room that you have joined in the education track that you have chosen to fully maximize the topic and learn from our resource speakers for this afternoon. So with that, I'll be giving you the time now to rescan again the QR codes here and catch up on the remaining 30 minutes from our speakers. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, and I'll be seeing you by 3 o'clock for the general discussion and another program here at the main plenary wherein we have another guest speaker who will be sharing with us her expertise on the topic future ready skills and career development. Thank you, and I hope you are now scanning the QR codes here and take part on the education track. Good afternoon. All right, we are now welcoming back our participants from the quantum computing. So we're done with our education track for quantum computing just in time. For in about 15 minutes or more, we will be resuming here at the main plenary for another learning program that will be a topic about the future ready skills and career development. So once again, we are welcoming our learners from the quantum computing education track. Thank you so much for actively joining us at the education track. And please stay connected with us here at the main plenary as we will be having another set of speakers before we conclude the second Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. And as we are welcoming all our learners from the quantum computing education track, let me take this opportunity to once again recap our event for the second Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. So again, we are now on the third and final day of the Philippine Skilling Summit 2022 presented to you by the Department of Information and Communications Technology or the ICT, the Cebu Information Technology and Business Process Management Organization or CIBO, and Microsoft powered by Go Philippines. So just a quick recap of the first 2 days that you are joining the summit. As we open this event on June 6, we are privileged to have here at the main plenary the following guest speakers. Last June 6, we have Ms. Maria Teresa Magno Garcia, the Director 4 of the ICT Literacy and Competency Development Bureau of the ICT. She's the one who welcomed us during the first day of the Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. Then we have Mr. Dale Pascual Jose. He is the National Technology Officer of Microsoft Philippines, and he gave us his keynote speech. In the afternoon, last June 6, we also have Dr. Khadija Chamili, the Director for System Development and Engineering Center of University Sains Islam Malaysia. Then we have Mr. Carl Yung, the Chief Partnership and Strategy Officer of Go Philippines. Then we have Ms. Maria Lourdes Aquilisan, who sent to us her message to close the day. So we have Ms. Maria Lourdes Aquilisan being the Director 3 for the ILCD BDICT. And yesterday, we are honored to have the following guest speakers. We have Mr. Buddy Villasis, the Executive Director of CIBO, who opened the program yesterday morning. Then we have Dr. Yupendra Pieris, the CEO of Orel IT in Sri Lanka. We also have yesterday Dr. Azliza Wahab, the ICT Security Officer at University of Malaya in Malaysia. Then we have Mr. Mitch De Leon, the European Lead for Acceleration Lab in Sweden. Okay, so those are the 2 days that we have for the Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. And now we are welcoming more of our participants or learners from the education tracks. Okay, please stay connected with us. We will be starting the program here at the main plenary by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you. Once again, I am welcoming back all our learners and participants who just came in from our education tracks, who were done with the learning program this afternoon from 1 o'clock. So thank you so much for joining our education tracks. And again, I hope you were able to attend to our announcements earlier about the recordings that it will be provided soon as it has been uploaded to the Go Philippines platform. You will then be advised or notified through email that the recordings will be available to access. All right. So once again, you are attending the third and final day of the Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. And a while ago, I have given you a recap about the first 2 days that we had, especially on the guest speakers that we have here at the main plenary. And for today, of course, just a quick recap of what happened since morning. Our program has been a welcome, and we are officially being welcomed by the Public Sector Director of Microsoft Philippines, Miss Joanna Rodriguez. Also in the morning, we have heard a very good message from Dr. Nurhisam Safi, the Deputy Dean for Networking and Alumni, and he also a member of Board of Directors for the Faculty of Information Science and Technology. He gave us his keynote message this morning. And then we have our three education tracks in the morning. We have the cybersecurity, the Office 365, and the computer assisted education. So I hope that our participants here at the main plenary were able to join the education tracks for the morning session. And also this afternoon, we have another three significant topics. We have the power business intelligence, the quantum computing, and the blockchain technology. Okay, so that goes the 3 days of our second Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. But again, the program is not yet over. We have few more speakers who will be sharing with us their expertise and their skills, and definitely they would be giving us advices about how to be competent globally. Thank you, everyone, and we will start at exactly 3 o'clock.
Morning coffee, Ryan checked his emails and found a very worrisome message. It looks like he got an email that says his video streaming service payment was not processed. This might be bad. He's in the middle of watching an exciting TV show and he doesn't want to stop his subscription. Does he have to call his bank? Is this going to be an issue? He should probably click the link so he can fix it. But Ryan looked at the email again, closed the window, and starting watching his show instead. Thanks to DICT's CyberSafe Learning Program, Ryan learned about being vigilant in using the internet. He was taught to guard himself against online scams, cyber threats, credibility of online information, and many more. The CyberSafe Learning Program by GoPhilippines.org and DICT aims to empower the young Filipino to self-manage cyber safety and well-being through proactive education. This is a 1-hour online class that he took with his colleagues where they had a trainer discuss and teach them the following: use of digital technologies in today's world, threats and risks of digital space, importance and basic concepts of cyber safety and hygiene, techniques and best practices, and how to be safe on the digital space. Aside from learning new information, Ryan's class even shared stories on the dangers of the internet when people don't know how to use it responsibly. Let's go back to Ryan's email and look at some of the red flags. The email was not personalized. There were multiple grammar issues. And most importantly, The sender email address is just wrong. Thanks to Go Philippines and DICT Cyber Safe Learning Program, Ryan recognized a spare phishing email, turned on his TV, and
Once again, we are welcoming our learners and participants who just came in from our education tracks this afternoon. So again, we thank all the students, all the young professionals, and of course, the seasoned professionals for joining the afternoon education track on power business intelligence, quantum computing, and blockchain technology. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. And again, you are joining the third and final day of the Philippine Skilling Summit 2022 presented by DICT, CIBO, Microsoft, powered by Go Philippines. It's almost 3 o'clock, so I hope that our participants from the education tracks are now coming in here at the main plenary to maximize another learning opportunity that will be delivered by our special guest speaker this afternoon. So we still have a minute before 3 o'clock. So I'll just wait for the others to come in. At the moment here at the main plenary, we have a total of about 727 participants. Plus, we have about hundreds of participants watching us via YouTube Live and FB Live powered by the ICT. All right. So once again, good afternoon, everyone. You are now at the main plenary of the second Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. It's exactly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we are moving to another learning part of our program this afternoon. So allow me to introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon. Our guest speaker for this afternoon is currently working at the University Sains Islam Malaysia. She is the senior faculty and researcher at the Faculty of Science and Technology. Her research expertise are on the fields of artificial intelligence, optimization, medicine, and data mining. Let us all welcome the senior faculty and researcher at University Sains Islam Malaysia, Dr. Waida Ismail. Good afternoon, Dr. Waida, and welcome to the Philippine Skilling Summit 2022.
Okay, thank you, Melanie, for introductions of Florberia. Okay, can we start with sharing the presentation slide? I will share the presentation. Okay. Okay, today I will present on the future-ready skills and the developments. Okay, will be the presentation today, this afternoon. So thank you for the introductions and good afternoon. I'm Associate Professor Dr. Waida. We'll be discussing on the future ready skills and the career developments. What are the future ready that required and also the career development. So I've been working with industry for 11 years. So now after I'm working for 11 years, that I changed my job from the industry to using more to education. Since 2005 until now, I have a certified Microsoft Data Fundamental, which is very good. Although you are AI, but during the training, you learn more Microsoft Data Fundamental and also certified Microsoft AI Fundamental. So if you are a student is watching, it's suggested that you take these two certifications. So my area of interest is the artificial intelligence, optimization, and the machine learning AI. So what are the future job survey? So this is source that I took from the Future and Job Survey to 2020. 2020 World Economic Forum. From here, we can see that acceleration of the digitalizing of work process is more required, is 84%. And use on the digital tools, video conferencing, and then we are providing the more opportunities to work remotely. So do you know during the COVID time, you as a student work at study at home, we are working from remotely. So this is the currently trend they are you looking at. So even when in Malaysia also, we are using like hot desk. That means the the staff is not coming to work every day, but they have a rotation. That means some of them still working at home, some of them is working in the office. So hot desk, that means there is no designated desk. That means everyone can use that desk. So another part, 50% acceleration automation of tasks. That means it's more on the industrial. So the third one, 42%, this is what we are aligned with the conference. Acceleration, the digitalizing of upskilling and reskilling. Example, the education technologies, the providers. You can see that 42% during the 2020, the survey usually future 2020 to 2025. So this is the acceleration implementation of upskilling and reskilling program 35. So hopefully with this conference, we will pick up with the current technologies. So in the job future survey, they are looking for a digitalizing work process, more on the technologies. So this the technologies likely to be adopted by the 2021. If you can see the highest that people are looking at is the encryption and cybersecurity. Why? Because currently we are using the technologies, cloud computing. The cloud computing, that means all the data will be put outside, not as our desktop in the cloud. So we need a very good encryption and cybersecurity to secure our data. So this is the likely adopted by 2021. So encryption and cybersecurity is quite demanding because of the data that we are using, not on the cloud computing, the IoT. Once the demand, they need more to secure our data. And it will be followed by the robot and non-human, the industrial automation drones. In Malaysia, they are start using drones, which is the drones is looking during the COVID. They try during the COVID. They are using drone to find there is a crowd people. Where is the place that have a crowd? So they are using drone, and also the camera in the drone. So there is another one is 3D and 4D printing and the modeling. So in currently my university, they are using a 3D printing for a blind people. Why they use a blind people? Because blind people cannot see. And when there is a model on the 3D printing, they can using their hand to hold. Like for example, a cat, a features of the cat, the dog or the turtle. That's mean when they hold, they can know it. This is the features of it. So that's the one. And also the quite demanding is the IoT connected device. As we all know that most of us is using the smartwatch. So smartwatch is a connected device to our handphone, IoT using the cloud also. And artificial intelligence, machine learning and NLP, natural language processing. And as we all know that NLP is quite demanding, especially on the chatbot. But if you have a problem where you are chatting chatbot, there will be formatting answer. So if you need further, then there is a human will come in. So NLP is more on the chatbot to understand the questions. There is one research that I did on the connected device that I using the smartwatch for a student to know how the anxiety them during my lectures. So during the quiz or during the course, during the lecture or during the role play. So when we did the survey, it shows that the student is more likely on the group work because of the heartbeat. When you are using the connected device, you are collecting the heartbeat. We can see that the heartbeat during the lecture is a bit slow, but during the test is a bit anxiety because they are looking for an answer and also the group work. So from there, we know that the students are alert. So the technology is likely to be adopted by the 2025 by the sectors. It shows that by 85%, they are focusing on the digital communication and technologies, information technologies, 95% of the AI. So also on the big data analysis, they are looking for the AI and also on education. So currently they are deploy the data analytical into the educations because they want to make sure that the student is keep up with the current trend. So the current trend. So another part is the cloud computing, digital communication information technologies, and also in the education. But on the, so why professional services and also why the cloud computing is more important for the education? Because currently we are going for e-learning. So we want the notes can be accessed from anywhere. So currently we are using not only we have to be a physical university, but we have a long distance learning. So that is the reason why cloud computing is very, very important in terms of education. We need a lot of notes and quizzes. Even in Malaysia also we have like education e-learning. That's why we put all our notes in the cloud so that the student can access it and doing the quiz online, everything. So it's quite demanding. And also they also can analyze it, which are the questions that the student can answer. So this is the job required in 2025. Is you can see that data analysts and the scientists is quite demanding because we need people to analyze the data. Currently in Malaysia is they need more on the statistic and the computer, more on the data analytical and the scientists. The second one, AI and machine learning specialists. People are going for that from the prediction. Prediction, what I mean is on the how the bank loan, if the customer can do the bank loan, that means we can predict. Big data specialist, marketing, digital marketing and strategic specialist, process automation and specialist. This is job required in 2025. This is from the World Forum's job from the 2020. So as a student, maybe if there is a student listening, maybe you can target in future 2025, what are the most demanding job? So this is the skill. What are the skills required in 2025? Most probably they need the student or everyone to do analytical thinking and innovation. So you need to problem solving, active learning, learning strategy. When I working in company is around 17 years ago, yes, we need to analyze things more on the troubleshooting, how to solve a problems. So computer problem also, and critical thinking and analyzing, creative originality and initiative. So not only you need to have a good marks, but you need to know how to analyze things, thinking, innovation, how to make something more automation. For example, when I did as a security analyst, one of my colleagues is doing manually how to create an user ID. But what we did, we tried to automate it, make it batch by batch, or we created like frame. That means they are not doing the manually lah. That means they are not doing manually using the command line. So everything is using the menu. So that is you make it other people easy. That's the skill required 2025. So this is fastest growing digital job titles. This is from the Linkage Talent Insight Report, 1st October 2021. It's recently. So what are required is Malaysia and Southeast Asia, data engineering, and data engineering the first one. But in Asia, they are required software engineering interns. So you can see that 84%. If people are looking for a broad outside working in the overseas. So data scientists in Malaysia, 18%, associate software engineering, 70%, assistant software system engineering is 46%, front-end developers, 17, back-end developers, 16, associate software engineering, 24, digital specialist, 15%, social media manager, 15, and data engineering, 23. So you can see that although in Malaysia and South Asia is the first one, but in Asia is required on the number 4 is only 23%. So also the back-end developers. So this is the fastest job digital job titles. So this is the fastest growing skill. So Linkage Talent Insight Report as the 1st October 2021. So this is the fastest growing skill that required. You can see Malaysia, Southeast Asia, and Asia. Everyone is looking for the data analyst. You can see in Asia they require more than 100%. So in Southeast Asia, 87%. So currently, as a lecturers also, me as a lecturers, we need to educate the students more on the data analyticals. So also Python in Malaysia, 42%. But the design, 59%. On Asia's Microsoft Azure, 93%. So if you have opportunity to take any certifications, then it's good to have it. So 93%. So information technology 35, finance 50, and this is, I'm not sure, maybe it's JavaScript, 87%. So from here, you can know that this is the fastest growing skill. So the common skill required in the digital job vacancy, this is a common one. Since the fastest growing skill required, so in Malaysia, Southeast Asia, and Asia, they require of the analytical skill or the analytical skill required. The second one in Malaysia, computer science. Computer science quite demanding, yeah, in Malaysia. And also we recruit in Malaysia, there is a few internationals also working in Malaysia. So software developments in Southeast Asia, and Asia is Java programming. So in Malaysia, engineering, the number third, SQL is a database, software development, and the Malaysia software development, engineering, and also engineering, but in Malaysia, SQL, programming, and programming. So you can see that what are the common required in the digital job vacancies. So in the Malaysia digital economics, this is for Malaysia's economic Malaysia's digital talent landscape 2021 in Malaysia. It shows that MDEC digital talent, there is a opening 969. This is from last year 2021. Yes, this is quarter 3. There is, you can see the increasing of job in IT. So quarter 2021, but quarter 23 is half. That means it's really demanding now. So this is job demands in IT services, human resource, internet, computer software, financial services, insurance, banking, management consultant, logistics supply chain, and outsourcing and offshoring. So what are the digital required skill? What are required? The most common skill for the fresh graduate less than 22 years, they require Java, Python, C++, JavaScript, and engineering, Adobe Photoshop, HTML, software development, SQL, and graphic design. So this is more on the programming skill, but the faster growing skill, Power BI, more on the data analytical. So that means they need people who more on the data analytical part. Quality assurance, finance, copywriting. Copywriting is more how to selling the product. Finance is more on the banking, how to make a loan, everything you need to know, have a finance. And tubular is more on the data analytical. Social media marketing, as we all know that there is a lot of the Insta famous and trying to sell things in the Instagram, Twitter. There is the fastest growing skill that required. So if you have experienced more than 2 years in the most common engineering, SQL, software development, Photoshop, and troubleshooting. But in the fastest growing, that means if you have experience also in 2 years, more than 2 years, but you have to pick up with the technologies. Azure, AWS, Amazon, Cloud, information technology, Python, data analytical skill, and the finance. That means you need to have although you have experience, but you need to pick up with the current technologies. So if you are fresh graduate, try to use your skill or try to get more knowledge while you are studying more on the data analytical, data scientists. They are more demanding. So this is from the Digital Global Business School, GBS, Global Trend, Talent Market in Malaysia by the OM is Outsourcing Malaysia and also become Associate of the Computer and Multimedia Industry of Malaysia 2021. So in Malaysia, they already mentioned that data analytical is 20% is more. The technology is 90%, the automation 80%, leadership training 13, data science 11, and digital banking is 8. So the critical occupational list. This is new occupationals that appear in the COL 2020 and 2021. So as I mentioned earlier in the first slide, there is a demand on the digital jobs. What are digital jobs? Data professionals, animation, visual effect professional, web multimedia developers, cybersecurity professional, digital games and e-sport professional, creative contents designer and professionals. This is currently the critical occupational list that required. So, example of the occupational data professional, this from Malaysia one. So I think it's nearly same. People require data scientists, big data engineering, data analyst, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. This is a very demand in Malaysia currently. Currently, so the top sectors they are looking at the information communications, professional scientists and technology activities, and also educations. So it's a good that people can combine the educations that can analyze what are required on the education. So the top location, this is nearly on the high peak population like in Kuala Lumpur. So the skill of demand, IT skill, technical skill, and the problem solving. So the core skill that required big data, data analysis, machine learning, AI data mining, and data crunching. That's mean how you to make sure that your data is cleaning your data. So reason hard to fill. This is all the demand, but it's hard to fill because we have too few or no applicant. Applicants lack of the job experience. Applicant lack of required credential and certification. So there is a job demand, but it's difficult to fulfill it. So so if there is students still try to pick up with the current technology, so hopefully by this presentation can help the student forecast what are the required in future. So one is the touch on the AI. So I will touch a little bit what is AI. So AI is a simulation of human intelligence processed by the machine. So, but there is two also natural AI displayed by human and animal, which involve of consciousness and emotionals. So you can see that AI is a human intelligence. That's mean from the history we can predict it. For example, we have a lot of images of tree. So that means in future, if there is a robot can see there is a green, there is a brown, there is a near the park is a tree. That is how the human. But natural intelligence is displayed by the human. So for example, if the person want to make a loan, although he is not qualified when doing the simulation, but when he said that he has extra income, for example, like selling food, for example, like Grab. So there is a emotional, maybe we can consider that this human can take the loan. So this is the evaluation of the timeline of the AI. So AI is already started in 1950. So we can see that chatbot is already appeared in 1964. And also the Deep Blue, a chess playing by the playing by the computer by IBM, already started. So this is our first robot in 1998. And the vacuum cleaner started in 2002. And this is the chatbot is believing in the Eugene is Human 2014. And this is the Microsoft chatbot T 2016. And there is a currently is Sophia, I think. The recent one, this is the one, Sophia. Oh. So that is by Sophia. So this is the basic of the AI solution. So AI solution is speeding in finding the royal customer and consider more, such as frequent buying items on the website. So in the banking, we need to have, this is one of the data analytical. So we have the data, we need to find out what are the royal customer, what are the high risk and high value, what are the low risk. So we are more to targeting the customer. If you can see in Lazada and Shopee, I think the Philippines also have a Lazada. So when you want to buy, they will come up with a suggestion. What you want to buy. There is more on the AI. They are using AI. So on the medical also, on the timetabling, AI solution, medical appointment, knowing the slot of the available and the room. So healthcare consultation, also they have a self-diagnosis. And also we have the AI solution, which is currently people are looking for the smart home. Even in Malaysia, I think in Philippines, more quite advanced also, we can switch on and off the light using the handphone. So that is what we call it a smart homes. And also this is what are the technologies more on the automation. So this is the one, the element in AI, machine learning, making decision based on the data and the past experience, or computer model to make a prediction of data. Anomalies detection, detect the errors by unusual activities. I think this is already implemented in our banking. That means when we are using, currently we are using the wave and the, if you want to buy something, we just tag. So it will detect the anomaly detection. That means there is not a common trend of buying things. For example, like me, always buy food and suddenly I'm using that card to buy jewelries. That means the bank will call me. Are you using your card to buy jewelries? So when I say yes, then they allow it. So computer visions, a capability of software to interpret through the cameras, video and the images. So that is the computer visions. So in the natural language processing, they can interpret writing and spoken language. I think in currently we have the handphone that can translate when we are travel. We can install it. If we want to travel to Croatia, they are using the different language. Then there is a translation. Conversation AI, they are using a smart agent using a bot. This is what I learned from the Microsoft AI. And this is how to potential risk. This is what we did. This is what we did on the research. A loan approval. So that means buyers can affect results. Potential risk when you are using the AI. The loan approval model discriminate by gender due to the bias in the data which it was trained. So when I develop the prediction whether to suggest that the person loan approved or not, we eliminate the gender, but we are taking the installment, how many that they did an installment in a month, age, and monthly expenses, what are the sectors, what are the payment method, this is the ratio. This is more on the data analytical. So data analytical in the banking sector. So error can cause a harm. Wrong application will impact the users. Yeah, when I also involved also on the research, on the medical research. So this is what we did using the visual reality, the Myra one. This is the person, the patient. We have a rehab problem. So this is the data that we collect. The graph, case me. Here also we can analyze the data. We have a graph. This is example of analytical, and also we can predict. What I mean is wrong prediction. For example, that actually this patient is a good, but you pick as a status X. It shows that no improvement. So we try, that is a potential of when you are using a prediction, you have to more be careful how you make a not a wrong predict. So this is the data could be exposed, the medical data for the patient information. So currently during the COVID time, until today also hospital full, people are not same. Even when we are working also, currently also now I'm also working at home. So so there is the, when you need like something like this. During the tele-rehabilitation, we need to have a data, which is the patient working at home. Then the data is being collected and be analyzed, and the medical doctor can sit at home or sit in the office, can look at the improvement of the patient. This is what we call it, the data could not be exposed because of the data transferred using the online. Currently, you are using from the cloud. So solution may not work for everyone. For example, this is one of the research that we did. Also, serious care for rehabilitation, which not suitable for everyone. Yes, if the person is have a lower limb, is something like from the knees problem, you cannot drive a car. You cannot drive a car. This is all the serious game. That's why not all patients can have the game. And this is the example of the experiment. For simulation, maybe for stroke, amputee, robotic stroke, and spinal cord visual reality, this is all the sample of the injury. So potential risk. Users must trust the complex system. So AI based on financial tools make a investment recommendation. What are they based on? So we have to show that they need to be visible. Who reliable or the AI driven, the initial drivers, convince or communal of the evidence of the face recognition. So currently also we have AI in ethics or law in AI currently is quite demanding. So responsible of AI, fairness, treat of all people fairly, reliability and safety, testing and consistency of the result before use by the user. Privacy and security, data should be kept privacy and security. and inclusive, no bias, transparent, user aware of the purpose of the system, how it works, and accountability. The solution meets the ethics and legal stand where the data use is not beyond required. Okay, this is our research. I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you. Sorry, I
Thank you
take
so
more than
much.
3 minutes.
No, it's okay, ma'am. No worries. Thank you so much, Dr. Waida Ismail, for sharing with us your expertise on future-ready skills and career development. And also, ma'am, we are very much happy to learn about the skills required by 2025 to be competent in today's demand for technology and digital proficiency. And with that, Dr. Ismail, allow me to present to you our certificate of recognition. One moment, ma'am. Allow me to reshare, ma'am, the certificate. One moment, please.
Thank you so much for inviting me for
Our
this.
pleasure, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing our summit despite your busy schedule. One moment, ma'am, as we are trying to share the screen for the certificate. I apologize for this delay, ma'am.
No, it's okay.
Dr. Waida Ismail. So I think we are having some technical concern about sharing the certificate. But rest assured, ma'am, that we will be sending to your email the certificate of participation. And allow me just to read that in behalf of DICT, CIBO, Microsoft, and Go Philippines, we hereby present to you a certificate of recognition for sharing with us your skills and your expertise about future-ready skills and career development during the second Philippine Scaling Summit 2022. Once again, Dr. Waida Ismail, thank you so much for gracing our invitation, and we learned so much from your topic this afternoon. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you for inviting me. Okay, bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So once again, you have heard a very timely and relevant topic from our guest speaker, Dr. Waida Ismail. She is the senior faculty and researcher at the University Saint Islam, Malaysia. And I hope that you were also able to take down notes on the very important matters that she has shared with us this afternoon. Moving forward now to continue, I would like to request, of course, our participants not to go yet or leave the main plenary because after our program, we will be having a surprise announcement just before we finally conclude the Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. So again, we are inviting and encouraging our participants to stay with us as we still have few more speakers to be sharing their expertise with us. And after that, we will be having a surprise announcement from Microsoft and Go Philippines. So with that, allow me now to call our next guest speaker for this afternoon. It is my honor to introduce to you the Chief Information Officer of Go Philippines, as he will be sharing with us a presentation of Career Center. Let us all welcome the Chief Information Officer of Go Philippines, Mr. Asif Akram. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone. It is my pleasure to be here. And today I'm going to present the Career Center, which is a component of our platform Go Philippines. It is a continuation of the talk which was presented by our Chief Partnership and Strategy Officer on Monday about our platform. So let's revisit what Mr. Call presented on Monday. That Go platform is a platform which provides solutions for our students and learners who want to upskill their knowledge or to learn a new skill. The question is, what is why we learn new skills? Because we have aspirations, we want to find a better job, or we want a professional and enhancement and advancement of our careers, progression of our paths. So Go Philippines realized that Career Center is a very important component when we are developing our platform and when the students are learning something. This will take us to the question why we need another job board. There are so many job boards. The problem with existing job boards is that they are working in silos. They don't know the students or the candidates who are applying for the roles. They have no idea about the recruiters, the type of jobs they are searching. Go Philippines is an integrated platform. As the students interact with our platforms, learn for different new skills, browse different courses, adopt different learning paths, we get more and more information about our students and candidates. And then using that information, we provide them the targeted courses so that which make them more employable. It is very important that students are confused, sometimes are lost when there are so much information available about different courses and different level of courses, so many certifications and accreditation, what is good for them. The Go Philippines guide them, present them a targeted courses so that they are focusing on what they want to achieve. Our intelligent system understand our students and our users and guide them with a customized and tailored career paths or learning paths so they can upskill their existing talents. And then on top of it, we all the time using AI, machine learning, and other tools to profile our candidates. As the previous presenter was presenting that different industries are already using AI and machine learning. For example, tourism industries knows, banking system knows your habits of shopping. When you shop something different, they tag it that it may be a suspicious activity. If you try to use your credit card from a place where you normally don't visit, they flag it as a suspicious activity. Similarly, using all those latest technologies and trends, we create a profile of the candidate. What is the current situation of the candidate? Which type of courses he or she is browsing? Which type of jobs he or she is searching, and then guiding them there. The whole purpose of combining these courses, learning paths, this LMS, this integrated platform, and the job center or career center is to make those candidates employable, empower them what they are looking for, helping them to find the jobs or the courses which they want. This candidate empowerment is very important. This doesn't help only the candidates, it also helps the organization, because it is very important for the organizations to have a right highly skilled candidates employed. So we help the recruiters, we help the candidates in finding the jobs. Another important component of this integrated platform is our Philippines National Accreditation Center, where we have all those certifications and licenses and accreditations hosted for the by the candidates. Recruiters can search those accreditation certificates are validated, so they are trustworthy. And then recruiters knows that which type of candidates are available in the market. Having those technical skills is not enough. Going for the interviews requires some sort of a soft skills. We also planning to provide interview coaching to the candidates so they become more employable. And everything is happening automatically. This automation is critical, as we were talking that different industries have already adopted this automation. And we felt that in this education sector, this automation is lacking, and we are bringing these cutting edge technologies together. So what it means is that we have this integrated platform. When a student comes, let's suppose Margaret comes, she starts looking for certain courses. We can start creating a profile that maybe she wants to be a graphic designer. Then she creates her own profile. She starts looking for the jobs. Then we once again confirm that which type of jobs she is looking. She updates her resume and create a resume. We extract that information, that what her skills are, what her past projects she has done, and then we are linking them. The new jobs which are relevant for a graphic designer, we notify Margaret that there are new jobs. Meanwhile, if there are new courses which can help her for the career progression, we once again notify her that there are new courses available which are going to complement her existing job. So everything is happening within a single platform. Now, the candidate doesn't need to go or swap or jump between different platforms. Everything is available in a single place. Everything what she is doing is tracked, and we provide that dashboards to her so she can analyze her performance. As I was mentioning earlier, that we are developing this Philippine National Accreditation Center, PNAC, where when candidates do any certification or accreditation from our Go Philippines platform, that certification or accreditation is automatically available on PNAC. The recruiters can search it. Of course, it is anonymized to a certain extent. We are not sharing the personal data or information. But what happens is that when recruiters have a confidence that what Margaret is saying is validated and it is verifiable. That's why her certifications or accreditations are available on PNAC. So which means that another level of complexity is automatically resolved by this integrated platform. As I was talking earlier, that when a candidate uploads their resume, most of the time candidates struggle to highlight their achievements. We have developed the AI-based or natural language processing-based model, which extract the information, their soft skill, their technical skill, their past projects, what they have done, even if there are gaps in their resume. And based on that, once again, we create a profile, and that profile not only helps candidates to find the right job, that profile helps the recruiters to understand the candidates much better. It is always said that there are people who perform very well in the interviews, but sometimes they don't fit in the culture. But this integrated platform looks for the technical and soft capabilities of the candidates, which means that recruiters have much more wider information when they are recruiting. What all this means is that for recruiters and for the candidates, effective prediction, so that advertisements are reaching to the right candidates. We are not broadcasting advertisement to everyone. The people who are not interested in being a data analyst or database admin, why they should be receiving those jobs. And the recruiters or companies who are not specializing in multimedia, why they are receiving the CVs and resumes from graphic designer. So this is very important that we are linking right talent with the right opportunities. And this whole process is optimized, is done in such a way that there is a minimal manual interaction. What it means is that data is flowing seamlessly between candidates, system, recruiters, organization are looking for hiring. But whatever we are doing is very important that the data we are connecting is available. Everyone can see that data. We create those dashboards, and based on that dashboard, everyone can see their performance, their journey, and everything. And all that is powered by this AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning based tested algorithm. Of course, as we are getting more and more data, our algorithms are improving. Question, why we are doing better? Because as an integrated platform, as a data aggregator, we collect a lot of data about the candidates or the students' performance in different courses they have taken, and their exams they have done, their browsing history and other things. So our algorithms are working in much richer data. The more richer data it is, the much better profiles we can make, not for the candidate, but for the recruiters and for the organization. And based on those profiles, we can connect them much better. All that said, the whole this Go Philippine platform is developed or designed with the concept that we should be using the latest technologies. The technologies which are here are for the future. We are not relying on the legacy technologies which are already getting outdated. We are bringing blockchain-enabled career center. What it means is that all the courses which students have taken, all the certifications they have achieved, they are stored in a decentralized ledger. The important thing is that it is decentralized, it is distributed, and nobody can change it. It is not possible to fraud or add any fraudulent activity. Same is the case for the recruiters and the organization. When they are posting their jobs, those jobs are validated. If you go to the jobs board, most of the candidates complain that lots of the jobs are fictitious jobs. Recruiters have posted those jobs only to collect the CVs and resumes or to build their database. But based on this blockchain-enabled career center, every step is validated. What it means is that we know that this is a genuine candidate, it is a genuine recruiter, genuine job, genuine organization. And everything, when it is working, we are making sure that organization has the right talent, and meanwhile candidates are successfully achieving their dream jobs. All that said, I would just want to quickly demonstrate how this Go Philippines platform is working. On Monday, Carl has presented this Go Philippines platform where we have courses. Courses creates learning paths so that organization can combine different courses to create different type of learning paths. For example, for intermediary, for beginners, advanced, database plus data science. So you can have a flexibility to create as many learning paths based on your audience and their requirements. Learning paths can be combined together to create accreditations. So accreditation is a much bigger concept. In order to achieve certain certification, you need a certain learning path. For example, in this accreditation, there are 4 learning paths. If I click here, I have all the information about those learning paths, and each learning path have a multiple courses. So when students or candidates are going through these courses, those learning paths, we are getting their information. And that information helps us when they are looking for the job. And then the career center is an integrated component. When the candidate search for any job, for example, is looking for a job software, we give him a result based on the jobs or the search criteria. But meanwhile, we also tell him few recommended jobs which we believe are suitable for him. Those recommended jobs are based on AI and machine learning. Similarly, candidate can select find a job based on the location. Once again, we know that what the preferences of that candidates are. So all those interactions are happening. We are making a bigger picture of that candidate, and that this helps the candidate to find a job. I talk about transparency, I talk about data aggregation. So whatever we are doing, everything is available. If you are an applicant, you can always see courses you have done. For example, the courses you have started but not finished, courses which you visited but you never started, and then courses which you have completed. Same is the case for accreditation and learning paths. And this is further combined with your candidates' resumes and then a job application. And we are adding a new feature which is under testing is recommended jobs. So based on that profile, we are recommending jobs to the candidates. Similarly, if you are a recruiter and you are looking for to hire a best talent, once again, this dashboard gives you that which type of talent is available, demographics, location, and everything. And then recruiter can see all those jobs which he or she has posted, how many candidates applied for those jobs and everything. There's much more to demonstrate in this whole career path, but due to lack of time, I stop here. But I will encourage people to reach out to us, and we will show this whole integrated platform in a much more detail. This whole career learning paths and this educational content for training and knowledge enhancement has been replicated exactly in the Go Malaysia, in the Malaysia also under the name Go Malaysia. We are working very closely with the team and the academics in Malaysia to demonstrate and deliver the same solution in Malaysia too, so that people are finding the right courses and becoming more employable. I stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was Mr. Asif Akram, the Chief Information Officer of Go Philippines. Once again, sir, thank you so much for walking us through on the Career Center of Go Philippines. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure to be here.
Thank you, sir. And once again, we are reminding our participants for this afternoon here at our main plenary to stay with us, keep connected and engaged with us, as later on, before we officially conclude the afternoon, we will be having a special or a surprise announcement for all of you who have joined us here at the second Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. But before that, of course, our event will not be complete without hearing messages from the key persons that led us to this event. And first in line, I would like to call the Director 3 of the ICT Literacy and Competency Development Bureau of the Department of Information and Communications Technology. Let me call Ms. Maria Lourdes Aquilizan for her message to everyone.
over the closing ceremony of this event, the second. To the organizers of this event, Microsoft Go Philippines, industry partners, the DICT institutional partners, to all Filipino learners, educators, students, professionals, to all the participants, good afternoon. On behalf of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, our Acting Secretary, Emmanuel Reyta Intig, and our Bureau, the ICT Literacy and Competency Development Bureau, or ILCDB, it is my pleasure to preside over the closing ceremony of this event, the second Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. First of all, I would like to thank the whole team of the Microsoft Go Philippines for initiating and organizing this event. Thank you for the assistance and facilitation to ensure the smooth flow of the program. To all the working groups and resource persons, thank you for sharing your knowledge and expertise in making day one of this summit a success. Also, we are indeed grateful for the interest of many to join this event. We are also pleased to see the active participation of delegates from different organizations, agencies, private institutions, schools, and the general public. Thank you and congratulations to all our attendees. May this event spark new ideas and bestow opportunities in the growing digital economy. May this be the beginning of a journey to a career path that you will be pursuing in the near future. Furthermore, I would like to take this opportunity to commend all the people who organized this Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. This event is well designed and the topics are timely and relevant. Congratulations and thank you for allotting this day to the ICT. The DICT, through our Bureau, the ILCDB, as its training arm, is also working on capacitating the different sectors of society by providing digital literacy, digital upskilling, cybersecurity awareness training, and among others, with the cooperation, of course, of our public and private institutions. The ILCDB provides online courses to minimize the job mismatch, develop skills, and maximize upskilling opportunities for everyone. Once again, thank you, and with the spirit of continued success, on behalf of the DICT, I wish you all good luck in your future endeavors. May we all foster a cyber-safe culture in our society as responsible digital citizens. Keep safe and be cyber safe, everyone. Magandang hapon po. Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Maria Lourdes Aquilisan, for that very inspiring and uplifting message to all our participants this afternoon. Once again, that was Miss Maria Lourdes Aquilisan. She is the Director 3 for ICT Literacy and Competency Development Bureau of the Department of Information and Communications Technology. So once again, to all our participants, thank you so much for staying here with us. We're not yet finished. And later on, we will be giving you a surprise announcement. So it is very important that you stay until we conclude the program. And as I have mentioned earlier, this program or this summit won't be complete without hearing a message from the key persons that led us to this summit. So this time around, allow me to call the Executive Director of Cebu Information Technology and Business Process Management Organization, or CIBO. He is again the Executive Director for CIBO. Let us all welcome Mr. Buddy Villasis. Hi, sir. Good afternoon and welcome again to the second Philippine Scaling Summit 2022.
Thank you, Belle. It seems that we have a very productive day. You have a great smile today.
Yes, sir, indeed. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to our friends from Go Philippines, Microsoft, the DICT, and the ILCDB, most especially to our guest speakers and participants from within and outside the Philippines. On behalf of the Cebu ITBPM organization, we are so grateful that you are all able to take part in this convergence of learning and skills enhancement. We also would like to extend our thanks to the participants who dedicated hours and their best efforts to learn more and in turn developing themselves both professionally and individually. We at SIB.O, together with our program partners, are hoping that the very names found in the list of attendees are the very names of the leaders that we will have in the future, not just in the IT-BPM industry, but the leaders of our respective countries and other industries. We thank our partners in bringing forth another successful event. Thank you for your usual and unending efforts in supporting our young ones to bear the responsibility of the future. To all of you who are here, rest assured that we, together with Go Philippines, Microsoft, and the ICT, will keep on supporting and creating avenues of learning for all of you. Good afternoon, and may we put to practice what we learned on this Skilling Summit. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sir Buddy Villasis, the Executive Director of CIBO. And once again, sir, thank you so much for always gracing the program. You have been with us during the last 3 days of our second Philippines Scaling Summit 2022. Thank you so much, sir. All right, so you have heard it from the key persons that led us to this summit, and later on we will be thanking other people who have made this program or this summit a successful one. But before that, as promised, we have a surprise announcement to everyone. But before that, I'd like to remind everyone that our Cyber Safe Learning for Education project is still ongoing. All you have to do is to visit our page to register for free. Once again, this is a free program. You can visit and register at dict.gophilippines.org/CLEP or the Cyber Safe Learning for Education project. This is only a 1-hour training program, and this is also a certification program for cyber safe learning. And second, we also have the Microsoft Office Suite training or the MOS training program. This will happen this month as well. All you have to do is to visit the page for more details. You can visit dict.gophilippines.org/MOS or Microsoft Office Suite Training for more details of this program. And our very special or surprise announcement for everyone this afternoon, we will be having the third Philippine Scaling Summit 2022 before the end of the month. So you have seen the success of our second Philippine Scaling Summit 2022, and we want the learning to continuously happen here at Go Philippines, of course, together with DICT, CIBO, and Microsoft. So again, we will be having another free scaling summit. It will be the third Philippine Scaling Summit 2022. Mark the dates on your calendar. That would be on June 28 to 29, 2022. And of course, this continuous learning event is our response on the demand for businesses to leverage on the emerging technologies globally by means of providing programs with an impact to boost economic growth, introduce innovative commercial platforms, and to improve customer experience, trust, and reliability. And of course, some of the learning programs that will be included in the third Philippine Scaling Summit are the topics on 5G, business process analysis. We have a topic on virtual and augmented reality, and also a topic on Internet of Behaviors. So those are just few of the education tracks that will be included in the third Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. So again, take the chance now to register for free. We will be making announcements about the free registration for the third Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. So I hope you were able to capture the date. Again, mark the date on your calendar. That would be on June 28 to 29, 2022, the third Philippine Scaling Summit 2022. All right, so with that, I hope that you were able to mark those events. First, we have the Cyber Safe Learning for Education project happening daily. Check our page, dict.gophilippines.org/CLEP, and the Microsoft Office Suite Training, or dict.gophilippines.org/MOS. So you can visit the page for more details of the Microsoft Office Suite Training. And finally, come June 28 and 29, we will be having the third Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. And that concludes our second Philippine Skilling Summit 2022. In behalf of the organizing committee and working team of DICT, CIBO, Microsoft, and Go Philippines, we wish to thank the following. First, our guest speakers and education track facilitators from the Philippines, Malaysia, and Sri Lanka. We would also like to thank our moderators and technical support team from Go Philippines for each education tracks. And of course, we wish to thank our leadership team and associates of DICT, CIBO, Microsoft, and Go Philippines. We also would like to thank Mr. Michael Goldsmith, the Chief Visionary Officer of Go Philippines. He is actually the man behind our back who drives us to take forward on this summit with confidence and enthusiasm. So once again, we would like to thank the Chief Visionary Officer of Go Philippines, Mr. Michael Goldsmith. Thank you, sir. And finally, lastly, and more importantly, we thank all the students, young professionals, and seasoned industry leaders and personnel from the private and government sector who joined us for 3 days and took part on the advanced learning programs of the summit. This virtual conference may be less to perfection, but our purpose to provide remarkable learning experience gave us greater motivation to perform and facilitate with excellence because you, our guests and participants, have shown us your commitment, your positivity, your patience, and of course, your courage to finish well the education tracks and fervently engage here at the main plenary all throughout the event proper. The key objective of the Philippine Skilling Summit is geared towards ensuring that every citizen can confidently say no one is left behind. This is your host, Ms. Bel Ravis, saying congratulations. We'll see you again on the third Philippine Skilling Summit 2022, and that I am one with you in believing that through our combined effort and determination, no one is left behind. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay!